What's up, guys? It's Crusader here, and I'm gonna go through my build for total critical hit chance and crit damage build. And it's not the most optimized gear. I don't know why. This is gonna be the second time I make a build video that's you know, not 100% optimized, but I tested it out in the dark zone and it worked out very well, and I was really surprised. The only problem with it now is that it's really squishy. So to start off with, the weapon is my Vector. SMGs always roll with critical hit chance. As you can see at the top, my Vector doesn't do too much damage right now. My firearms are actually really kind of low. I was about to say really low, but now. My submachine gun rolled with 25.50% critical hit chance, and I got deadly and brutal. So, and I got responsive, which I haven't unlocked yet. I'm just 100 short. This would make this build a lot better in the dark zone. This build is mainly for PvP. This build is not for doing challenge mode or anything like that. As it's where it stands right now, I am actually very squishy. So with responsive, you know, you get that 13% when you're closer to the target, 10 meters. This would be cool. This is helpful, but you know, it would have been better to have fierce on it for the critical hit chance as well. And then deadly critical hit damage is increased by 26%. Brutal headshot damage is increased by 24%. This is nice, but I honestly would have preferred something else. Maybe destruction. But yeah. So moving on, I have my marksman rifle. No real reason to use this. Honestly, it's totally up to you. Then I have hybrid armor. This is something that needs to be changed, honestly, because I'm rolling with damage to elites. And I'm stacking health. I should really re-roll that health into armor. I don't need damage to elites. That needs to be armor destruction. This build requires no damage to elites attributes. You need total armor destruction. Health needs to be armor. You want to stack. If you want more health, you need to stack roll gear with firearms and then put stamina mods on them. But that's not the case with me right now. What I'm actually wearing, my prototype stamina mod, I only got it just for a little bit more health, you know, because of how squishy I already am. Just for a little bit more health, and the stamina mod that I'm using already has like signature resource gain. That's the best one I have right now, giving me about 579 stamina. And then I have my strike mask, which is, I found this one earlier today. This would have been perfect if I got pulse damage on the skill attributes. And for the mod I have on it, I have a prototype firearms mod with giving me firearms and skill haste. I have enemy armor damage and crit chance. So this whole build is stacking crit chance and crit damage. Operator pads having crit damage on this, and then I have stamina firearms mod in, and then with the I got really lucky with this one. I crafted a firearms mod and got firearms and critical hit chance, and the skill attribute on this is actually pulse critical hit damage, which is great because you know, pulse gives you critical hit and crit damage against pulse targets. Obviously, that's what you need. I actually rolled a resistance off of this to get a socket on it, not a socket but a mod slot. I realized that I could have went with enemy armor damage 8 or 9%, but I realized that I crunched some numbers, and the 8% of enemy armor damage to players is only adding about 400 more damage, and then adding about another 100 firearms. Compared to adding another 100 firearms is actually doing more damage. I was able to do 700 more damage by adding 110 plus firearms, and I'm doing 135 with this firearms mod. So that's why I went with that instead of enemy armor damage. And I got my rush bag. This actually needs to be replaced as well. I don't want skill power. I rather have that into armor or health. Then I have the performance mod giving me armor and smart cover damage resilience. That could be rolled into something better as well. Maybe crit chance, or not smart cover but pulse damage. Gloves. I had to really decide on something for gloves because you can't roll enemy armor damage on the gloves. So I already have crit chance and crit damage. So what I went with is SMG damage because, you know, you're mainly going to be using the SMG to do your damage. And then I have turret damage on this one, but of course you want, for skill attributes, you want pulse. For my holster, I have armor, seeker mine damage, obviously, want pulse, and I have electronics. I don't want electronics on it. You want either firearms or stamina. Could have rerolled that, but no, I have a critical hit chance mod on it and a support station revive time, which is not too bad, depending on how you whatever secondary skill you want to use. You can use support station, I guess. Also, I should mention that this build is great. I haven't tried it solo. I have always ran with a group, and always ran with a group that has at least one person with high electronics. So, you know, their pulse, you know, using their pulse would obviously make crit chance and crit damage more effective for you. But I would say always running pulse yourself would be the most efficient. Obviously, using a tactical scanner when damage is increased against pulse targets. And then I use Sticky Bomb, you know, because this is a DPS class, so, you know, doing that bit of extra damage is better. And then I use Tactical Link. I usually use I was playing with friends and viewers earlier. I was running either Recovery Link or Survivor Link, but I switched to Tactical Link because my other teammates were using the Survivor Link, and then we had one other person using the Recovery Link. And then for talents, I'm using... I don't have my base of operations maxed out on this character, but I am using One is None. Like, this is the best all-around talent I have on any character. I have One is None, Precision, Headshot a hostile to pulse them for 10 seconds, and then I have Adrenaline. Using a medkit when out of full health has a chance to receive an overheal, obviously, for how squishy I am. And then for the fourth, I would use... I'm not even sure. I guess it's all up to... I guess I would use Strike Back in conjunction with like a heal. I guess no, that wouldn't make sense really. I don't know. If you use a heal, then I'm not sure entirely. I guess that's totally up. That's all on preference, really. And then I could show you guys what I'm rocking, you know, with firearms, 2,250% more weapon damage increase. Another thing is that the gear I'm using actually is really, really low armor. Most of these gear pieces have really low armor, so I'm only able to mitigate 49.91% weapon damage. Now, like I said, you want to stack as much enemy armor damage as you possibly can, not damage to elites. I only do 6%. But it still worked out really well. So in my SMG damage, with this is only adding about 4% more weapon damage, and then I have my crit chance over 52%, which is pretty much ideal. And then I was playing before with 46% crit chance, and it was working out just fine. And then my critical hit damage is 132%. I guess I should, that reminds me to show you the mods that I have on my Vector. So right now, I'm using Optimal Range, Critical Hit Chance. Optimal Range is a very good attribute to have on a Vector because depending on the range of your target, you know, it's optimal range, you know. The farther they are, you know, there's going to be damage to fall off. And so as you can see, I'll shoot this target right here. Oh, 21,000 body shot crit and 9,200 regular body shot. I have 14,000 body shot crit and 1,000. Look how often I crit, guys. It's insane. Look how fucking often I crit. 6,300 body shot. Such a great, awesome build. But this is where your crits are where your damage are coming from. And of course, you want to try and go for headshot as much as you can. But in the Dark Zone, me personally, I never really go for headshots. I try to go for the body because, you know, especially if I'm chasing rogues, you want to be able to stop their timer from going. That's also why I keep my marksman rifle having high accuracy on it, so the reticle could tighten back up as fast as possible. And this is damage that's not from pulse targets at all. This is damage not from pulse targets, so I hope you guys, I hope this seems interesting to you guys. I feel like I'm missing anything? No, not really. I'm not really missing anything, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back with another build video. Inigo's a lot better at this than me, but maybe, you know, maybe I hope this helped out for you guys. Maybe you guys try it. Maybe you guys can optimize it way better than I can right now. There's still plenty of work to do on it, and there's still room for improvement. But my name is Crusader, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.